I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP 445 situation. That sounds like some kind of fucking Call of Duty Zombies Easter egg, but for those that don't know, EDP 445 stands for Eat That Pussy. He was a big YouTuber. He had a huge online presence, and this week he was accused, and with a lot of evidence backing it, of being a pedophile. And with video evidence, him showing up to a meeting place where he believed he was meeting with a 13-year-old that was actually set up in very similar style to like a Chris Hansen investigation by a YouTuber, Predator Poachers. That name actually is shared by other people who hunt predators, but today this was done by one person or one group in particular, and that person, the big face behind it, is not a good person at all. And that's why I wanted to do this little intro here, because I want to make it clear that there's no heroes in this story. You can't root for the person behind the investigation of EDP. They did a good thing, but they're a shit person. The main guy behind Predator Poacher has had a lot come out about him recently, showing his prank calls to a BLM hotline where he just says the N-word. He said the N-word, hard R, multiple times. Believes he's like an edgy troll, but his trolling is just saying the N-word. Epic prank, and he's just not someone that I can really appreciate the work of. But he and his group were the ones that broke this story on EDP, who is a very bad person as well, who, with all of this evidence coming forward, which is pretty damning, have put together this whole case against EDP 445. And today I watched it all on Twitch, streamed it with the community, so that way we could all be caught up on the internet lore together. I've heard it's really bad. So yeah, the general gist of it, EDP 445, a huge YouTuber, very popular YouTuber. I personally wasn't super familiar with his work. I'd always heard his name though, stands for Eat the Pussy 445. So this came out a day ago, which was to hype this up. I think this is only reading text messages, and this is when he actually showed up. This is the only thing I've seen. This guy has a fucked up past. Like, even on this channel, apparently some videos that are still up from streams where he'd call BLM and drop the N-word to them or something. Like, he'd call organizations supporting BLM and just start dropping the N-word or some shit. Like, this guy is not a good guy.
So, everybody go subscribe right now. Go subscribe. And if you want to see the full chat messages...
I'm sorry to interrupt again. Another thing, the reason this video took so long for them to put out... is because he wanted to wait for it to get full monetization. So that's why he kept hyping it up, and the reason why he kept pushing it back, because it wouldn't get full ads on it. So this guy's kind of a real piece of shit, if I'm being honest. Like, he does a good thing in the worst possible way.
And show interest.
Who starts a conversation like that?
Year old, so
what?
Bit of talk.
Dropped a mean ass shit. Man, they say fucking chivalry is dead. This guy is suave. Now that is how you flirt. That's a good line for Tinder, I'd say. If you guys need any help on like your game, take notes from EDP. Dropped a mean ass shit. And then send an audio message. Do I have to go to the other ones in order to... He sent a picture of his shit? No fucking... Alright, hold on. We're gonna have to keep going back and forth. This is gonna be like an MLA formatted fucking research paper here with citations. For these text messages, if I want to see them uncensored, do I have to go to this stream?
For more people to...
So do I have to like cross-reference the uncensored versions with the stream here? I can't show a picture of literal shit on Twitch, but I need to confirm whether or not he sent a shit pic. That's very bold. Just ordered some pizza, about to fuck this shit up. Pizza sounds good. Hell yeah, I'm about to annihilate that shit. Okay. Oh! He sent a picture of his shit! Dropped a mean ass shit, and it's a full loaf. This man, he's sending shit pics. And that is not a healthy shit. That's very runny. There's no solid foundation of the stool. That is alarming, considering he just annihilated a pepperoni chicken pizza. He also sent his dick. Yeah, but that's not nearly as cool as a shit pic. EDP was breaking new grounds. They were only just starting to talk. It had been 2 days, I think. And then he hits her with drop a mean ass shit and then sends a picture of his toilet bowl with poopy in it. Yeah, I'd show the other video, but I'm worried of how many pictures of shit he might have sent. Like, what the fuck is this? Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, just having lunch. What did you eat? Tacos. That's cool, what are you doing? Just got done beating my shit. Now watching YouTube. Oh, yeah, I just had some tacos. Also just beat the fuck out of my cock. What are you doing? Yeah, he sent a picture of his actual unedited shit. He didn't even put like a cute little emoji over it, so I'm a little concerned to show it. I think we're right here. How is this possible? I just went to a random point in here. How is the bathroom trip going? Going great. I'm fucking this bitch up. What the fuck? Are you sure he only sends one shit pic? Like, it seems like that's all they talked about was him shitting. I went a little too far. I skipped ahead in the lore. I was at 14 minutes, not 20. I accidentally spoiled chapter 2 here, it seems. I like this part. Relax, I'm not a weirdo or anything. When literally 5 days ago he sent a picture of his actual shit in a toilet. No, we're doing both videos. The only reason I'm going back and forth is because these are censored and I want to understand how we got here. Oh, he seems bothered that she's 13, but then for some reason continues to talk. Oh, okay, here we go. So he has like a realization here. Not enough to go to jail over. Okay. So how does he continue to like fall for this then? I was eating a corn dog today and the bitch burned the roof of my mouth. I spit that shit out so fast. Alright. Just a little PSA, don't take pictures like this. These kind of pics just never really work. It's just kind of a weird pic. Make sure you get some good flattering angles. You don't need to put like a ton of thought into it, but just enough to know where it doesn't look like you're crawling under someone's bed. Where are you ticklish? On my back and stomach. If you ever want something from me, and you want it, the easiest way would be to tickle me. Okay. I hope you don't tickle me, that's my weakness. If EDP was a boss battle, tickling would be his weak spot. That'd be your DPS phase. One of these days, I'm gonna surprise you, put my hands over your eyes and be like, guess who? That's like the worst surprise ever. That'd be like the last way I'd want to be introduced to somebody. Ugh, this is so fucking weird. Want your first kiss to be enjoyable. This really does remind me of To Catch a Predator, like the chat logs that they'd show. So he was like super into nibbling on her ear and being tickled and shit. Started talking about sex, and then here he had a realization like, that's fucking illegal. And wrong. And bad. And now we're caught up. No, we're not. Oh my god, this is still not it. Cute little fingers. Oh, how did this... Okay, what? How did this happen? Literally, like 10 messages ago, he's like, this is bad. Can't do it. We can be friends. Cute fingers, by the way. So you want to have sex? I can go easy, of course. Wait. Nah, EDP doesn't go easy. He goes ultra nightmare mode. There's no slowing down there. Man's just a fucking machine. I honestly enjoy doing what my YouTube name says. Eating the pussy. Yeah. Munching down on those beef curtains, baby! Yeah, there you go, EDP. What's the 445? Just a random number I chose, nothing to the meaning. Definitely has meaning now. I think the 445 absolutely has meaning. The amount of years he'll spend in jail. Well, probably not. You guys, I didn't know this. I learned this the other day. You guys remember Jared Fogle? The guy who had like 15 quadrillion quabooble bytes worth of child porn on his computer, as well as like openly admitting to abusing kids. You know he only got 13 years in jail? Did you know that? I thought he got life imprisonment. This man had so much child porn they had to invent a new way of measuring how much he had. And he only got 13 years in jail. This had to be like a full-time job texting this guy. putting in 9 to 5 hours here on the text messenger. Can't wait to hug you and kiss you. On the lips. On the cheek. On the neck. And I'd kiss and taste you down there. The vagina. The old vagina. Man, EDP really does just have a way with words. I love to kiss and lick the top of the foot. I love the toes, actually. Huh. So I can lick and suck your boobs. Pretty incredible. How does it feel? Pretty incredible, to be honest. The nipples get hard and really sensitive. I'm telling you, this is a lie. EDP went full fanfic here. He didn't fuck a school teacher. He didn't suckle on her nipples. This doesn't sound like anything a school teacher would say. I'm gonna know more about EDP's fucking life than his therapist does. There's so many text messages. For a virgin, the vagina is tight. Oh, here we go. Getting a health ed course from EDP, the man who just sent a picture of his shit. Basically, when intercourse happens, the penis is stretching open the vagina and forcing those muscles to temporarily stretch apart from one another. That's where the pain comes from. Ah, yes. She should have quizzed him. And what exactly does the potassium pump do in the body, EDP? You seem very knowledgeable on anatomy and physiology. Can you complete my homework? You used the wrong form of your, EDP. Some teacher you are. Your body is full of excitement and anticipation. You're wrong, you're again. Your body, I'd anticipating the sex. Poetic. Shakespearean, in fact. I also like roleplay. Hey, that's where you dress up and pretend to be Chris Hansen arresting me. It's a big fetish. Babe, 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 babe. My cute ass little baby girl. How many days have passed since he said, we can only be friends. This is illegal. This is bad. This will fuck me up if it ever got out. I can't do this. And then he immediately goes into, babe, 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 let me suckle your nipples. Man, he really knows what to say. I ran out of toilet paper while taking a shit at the auntie's house. Hey, now I'm starting to get a little hot and bothered if I'm being honest. This guy's just smooth. The amount of times he's told me about his shits that he's taken, sent me a picture of his shit, how can I not start to fall in love, you know what I mean? Such a sassy little shit. I love it. Come to your house, climb through your window, and kiss your cute ass passionately. That's the only solution. Alright, climbing in like the tooth fairy, but instead of leaving money under the pillow, he leaves a little kiss. A little nibble on the ear. Maybe suckle on the toes a bit. Whoa, what the fuck? Handcuff you, throw you in the back of my car, and bring you back to my dungeon. That got really intense super quick. What's brewing? If I'm being honest, it's that I can't wait to feel how tight your vagina is. Cock is really hard. That's how it gets when guys get horny. Ugh. He's really gone in hard now. He's fucking firing in the turbo boosters here. Before it was like, oh, I can't wait to just put my hands over your eyes and say, hello, surprise. Right into, fucking how tight is that pussy? My rock hard dick is about to burst. Ugh, you even have me jerking off. Damn you. He's shaking his fist in the air while he's jerking off. And God damn you. Fuck. Why have you done this? Oh, okay, hold on. I just read that. Let me just make sure there's nothing there. Hold on. I'm not taking any chances here. Oh, he actually sent his cock. Oh, God. What is happening? He's going wild in the text messages now. Fuck. He's busted nuts twice in a single text string? Lord. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna send it on Instagram. It's not letting me send videos here. What the fuck? That's cum, babe. I hope he, like, came into a glass or something, or like a petri dish and stirs it around like a whole lesson. Ah, madame, this is splooge. Also known as semen. Many other names. Basically, whenever it feels so good to the point where I can't take it anymore, that's what happens, yes. The milk, the cream. Holy shit. You weren't kidding. This is really, like, fucking bad. And then the fact that he actually shows up, this is actually horrible. Oh no! He's becoming self-aware! He starts to recognize, like, shit! These could actually be screenshotted! Oh, and then from that concern, immediately back into, like, playing the health teacher. I know your body is growing and starting to develop. That's why I agreed to this. I want to be your first, little cute ass. Want to bend you over my table and oh! Oh! Just want to throw you on my bed and lick you up. Oh! What the fuck? This is worse than like 50 Shades of Grey writing, and that shit's horrible. They unironically use the term like sodden panties in that book. What do you think about that? I like that conclusion, as if you just dropped the mic. Yes, I want to fuck your fucking butthole. I want to butt fuck your pussy. So what do you think? Will you invest in my company? Like it's Shark Tank? That's probably the face he made when he went to meet her in person, and it was just two dudes with a camera. That's probably the exact face he wore right there. That's like a YouTube shocked thumbnail. Of course, real vaginas don't produce lube. Is he a virgin? It's not like vaginas are just dry. It's not like sticking your cock into like sandpaper. Maybe he just means like it doesn't produce Astroglide or something, like a specific lube brand. Like they don't have like a, it's not like Spider-Man's webs, like in the Amazing Spider-Man where you have to like put new web slingers in there for vaginal lube. But vaginas actually do get lubricated themselves. They're like a self-lubricating apparatus, really. Kiss your daddy goodnight. Sleep tight, princess. So this is when he finally started to believe this could all be a fucking setup. As if there wasn't an entire fucking 3 seasons of an extremely popular show all about this exact same thing. Even being fully aware of this very real possibility. Literally for like the 10,000th time in this conversation. Yeah, I guess every time he busted a nut, he started to realize this could all be fucking fake and a setup. But then after post-nut clarity faded away, he went right back to the, let me suck your fucking toes and take a shit.
Here, he doesn't want to be.
Let's go have a talk. How about on that bench right there? Okay. Okay.
Can we give him a lav mic so we get better audio? Let's really go in here. Put this on, EDP.
Right here? Coming out here to...
Glasses off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Oh, okay.
There was...
Do they sell cupcakes in this driveway?
Because I'm...
Oh, okay. So you should title a video instead of, your video almost threw hands with a 13-year-old. You should title your video almost hands with a 13-year-old. I think that'll get a lot of hits, EDP.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is you.
Good one. So he's got like a whole little
okay. All right.
routine
So,
prepared.
What made you? So you initiated conversation with a 13-year-old knowing she was 13. Yes or no?
Correct.
Okay. So is that a good?
That guy in the background's trying so hard to seem like he's not listening.
You've been exposed for this before.
Correct.
And you called them, but this is damning.
Right.
This is. I had to make sure myself.
Right.
Do you recognize me?
No.
Okay. I had to make sure myself.
Well, that didn't really work. You don't have the Chris Hansen prestige yet.
Me and my friend
Do you know who I am? Nope.
Hilarious, man.
Okay, that hurt.
I appreciate it, man.
What I don't understand, why are you attracted to like 13-year-olds? Like, why are you attracted to underage?
That's a good question, yes. Why do you like children?
In one of the
Asking the hard-hitting
screenshots
questions.
that you've always wanted to be with someone younger. Like you like cops.
Right.
Like, what goes through your head?
They should have rehearsed a little bit like what they want to ask.
Real, man.
What goes on?
So why are you a pedophile?
Is loneliness, dude. I'll be completely honest with you, man.
Do what Chris Hansen does. He does a really good job with interviews.
Like, we're not like that. We're not like that. We're not attracted to minors.
Bro, come on, man. You know exactly what it is, dude. Right?
No,
you a
we're
pedophile?
attracted to we're attracted to female our own age, dude.
Let this be known. Let this be known. I am not a.
So what are you? If you're here to meet up with a 13-year-old girl after sending...
He hit it up like it was a catchphrase. Hey, not a pedophile.
A guy that is.
But we can't forward this to cops because most definitely this is not your first time either, right?
Right.
This is absolutely not something
Whoa.
that's redundant.
This is actually This actually is my first time.
You just said it wasn't your first time.
Yeah, that was
Now you say second time?
that was a bit rough on that one, EDP.
The first time was.
You've done this before, yes.
So
But I mean, no, though.
right?
Yeah.
So now, as far as the whole fantasy goes, you know what I mean? Let's be real, okay? You know what I mean?
Like,
What
that's the part
what does
where
that
I'm
mean?
like,
Stop saying you know what I mean.
don't know what you mean.
Sexual fantasies, that's what I mean.
Okay, so sexual. I'm not calling you the P word, if you know what I'm talking.
Look at these screenshots.
I'm not calling you the P word.
Yeah, but you know what I
but
mean.
Do you fantasize about females under the age of 16? Yes or no? Sometimes.
Yes.
Okay.
What are you doing? Holy
Obviously
shit.
You fantasize about a 13-year-old, correct? Yes or no? Okay.
Holy
So,
shit.
if-
This is
right.
fucking rough. Holy
time.
shit.
I know, but you said earlier it was your first time.
Okay.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so we'll get to that. So you said, so 13 is the fantasy. Like for me, okay, 18. I think there's hot 18-year-olds. I wouldn't do anything with a 17-year-old.
Right.
But there's hot 17-year-olds.
Right.
But I don't go, yeah, when I see a 17-year-old. I'm just like, I can't do it. Like it's just not right.
What
But-
what are you
so
what are you going on
that
about?
makes you go,
Maybe about 7 months ago.
This is just an extremely long confession. He doesn't he's
So
not
what
fighting
made you
any of
real-
this.
So what was it that made you realize?
Holy
like,
shit.
For example, it's a bad analogy. You know, like if there's a hot 19-year-old into me, I'm like, oh, awesome. But if there's
What
like
are you talking?
I shouldn't say there's such thing as a hot 12-year-old, but if there's a 12-year-old into me, a 13-year-old.
Jesus Christ.
I would never. So what makes it okay to you for you to come here?
It doesn't make it okay. I'm
Right.
just being honest with you. The screenshots, of course, I did. I mean,
But like, why would you send it to a 13-year-old? Like, and that proves that you were turned on by it.
Well, he said that a million
Turned
times.
on,
We
like,
we
you
we
sent
know
a
that.
graphic photo.
Because you were hard when you were doing. Obviously, yes or no. So
you can't.
He said that millions of times. I read
What were
it.
you gonna do when you came here? To
I felt like I knew his cock pretty well by the end of those messages.
Honestly,
Chris Hansen did it very well. Chris Hansen was a beautiful weapon against pedophiles, but YouTubers are not. Like, the only reason this video even surfaced is because they were finally able to get full ads on it. If this video never got ads, this wouldn't have even come out. They would have just let it ride, or let it die. They really just in it for, like, views to exploit bad people like EDP. This one seems staged. Okay, I can tell you this one is definitely not staged because his entire YouTube career has ended. This one is definitely not one of those fake ones. I can assure you of that. Like, even the interview it's not even an interview. The questions are, so you're a pedophile, why? I also like hot girls, but if they're 17, it's like, they're hot, but, you know, I can't do that. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? Like, you should have just taken Chris Hansen's script. You know, not this. Did they call the cops? That's what I don't know. Like, I don't know if they even get law enforcement involved. If you take their word for it, they do. But I don't know. I don't know enough about them, so I couldn't tell you yes or no. I would hope so. Like, if they went through all this effort, did a full investigation, and didn't give it to authorities, they should also be at some level responsible for, like, endangering minors to allow someone like that to continue doing their shit. So I would think that it would go to law enforcement at some point.
But this isn't the first minor you've talked to before, correct?
right.
And there was more than one minor.
Holy
because
shit.
Last summer, I've had all these females reach out to me about you, and you know, at first I was like, okay, attention. Honestly, I was. But then I see more and more and more, and I see you saying, if anybody finds out about this, you're gonna
Oh,
get
what
in
a
trouble.
good way of looking at that. Hey,
That's why
I was
it's not gonna end well.
manipulated and
So,
abused by this
again,
guy. Attention,
what's
whore.
the ballpark number of how many minors you've talked to? Like, you know, obviously it's been 5, so after 5, what would you say the number is? 6? 6 minors. Name them.
6?
let's see.
Holy
Western Sophie.
shit.
There's what was her name?
Is he just making this up? Because he's, like,
No.
actively making everything worse. I feel like he's just making up names.
Like, yo, what the dude? Like, real talk, man.
Obviously, you didn't go what the F because you're talking to a 13-year-old.
Right.
I believe you did know her age before, yes or no?
Wrong.
How old was the girl?
Which one?
This is unreal.
Talking about right now.
What the cameo?
The
I
camera.
believe. Oh, you in the cameos on one, right?
The one where you talked about
The boyfriend
you
hit
asked
you up
her
for the
to
cameo.
Send you private.
He's the prime Matt.
Probably 14, maybe 15. I'm not sure. But that was
number 2.
Seeing this really makes me appreciate Chris Hansen's work even more.
You do explain why you find her attractive, but I was just trying to.
I guess I never even stopped to consider how hard it must be to do something like this.
Girl number 3, girl number 4.
This is so long for no reason. They're saying nothing. They're not actually interviewing him.
In all these situations where you're in a
Okay, I'm just gonna skip a little bit. Do you guys mind if I skip a little bit? This is really bad.
Like I thought it was last time.
You're soliciting child photos from this girl. Right. That's another charge. You know that, right?
no.
Do you know how many charges you did here today?
3.
More than that.
What, you counted them like Pokemon cards? Three charges, collecting them all?
2 counts of graphic photos. You asked for graphic photos from this girl, and you came here to engage in sexual activity with a 13-year-old.
Well, hold on. This is like an actual question. Like this is actually hitting him with something. Actually something.
They're not misdemeanors. They're not infractions.
Hold on, let me see where this goes.
They're felonies. So
You were also a little bit submissive to her, yes or no?
So well,
You were a little bit submissive to her, yes or no?
I was.
Do you have a fantasy? So you did make you fantasize about 13-year-olds, yes or no? Okay. Do you also fantasize?
This guy's like the only guy that's actually
a little bit, yes or no?
trying to go somewhere with
So
this.
what about a 13-year-old?
And you have the audacity to say, please don't do this. Are you serious? We should be asking you, please don't do this to minors.
I
We should
mean,
be not doing this to minors.
he's like that guy or the girl in Game of Thrones walking around with the bells. Shame. Shame.
Apartments?
He's calling a friend right now.
Yeah, he's at the apartments.
Well, yeah, he needs to get picked up.
Right now. Philip,
Just please come.
What are you panicking for? He's clearly calling a friend to get the fuck out of there. He's trying to get extracted from the mission.
right by the jacket.
Okay, please come quick. He's calling. It looks like he's calling some backup. Okay, all right.
Oh, this guy sucks. Looks like he's calling some backup.
So be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. We have a ton of new viewers. It'll help us a ton. We flew.
I knew there
all
was
the way
going to be a
California from
subscriber
Houston,
call to
Texas go get
action.
EDP. So be sure to subscribe.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Okay. So, that is fucking rough. That was a lot worse than I thought it'd be. EDP got fucking blasted. Yeah. The investigation, I think, was a very good thing done by very bad people. I did also see this one. The things this guy says are really bad. Like, racist, all kinds of horrible shit from this guy. And a lot of people have taken note of it, but not everyone. I don't think this guy should be gaining so many subs for this shit. He did a good thing, and he tried his best to make a lot of money off it and capitalize on it, constantly calling for subscribe actions, refusing to post the video till it has full ads. So, I think the guy sucks, but what he did was good. And when he's talking to this guy in particular, he keeps talking about how... So, I'll break it down. The guy here is suicidal. He gets caught and he starts talking about how he's suicidal, he's tried to kill himself a couple of times, and in response, this guy says, you can't kill yourself because you're Jewish. That'd be a hate crime. What are you, some kind of Jewish Nazi? And then he keeps saying that for like 5 minutes. Like, that's his whole joke. He has like a little stand-up routine about why this guy shouldn't kill himself because he's Jewish. It's horrible. I actually, before finishing this up, I do want to look them up one more time. They claim that they've done this before, and the chat has told me that they've had people arrested. I want to see that. Okay, let me just immediately show you why I doubt that these guys actually care and are doing this for a good cause. Just going to their website, this is the first thing. Before you get anything else, you get payment plans. This is fucked up. So now where can I find out their track record? Have they actually gotten bad people off of the streets? Or do I have to pay to get that information? Holy shit. Making merch for hunting pedophiles. That's so weird. What does that merch even consist of? It's gonna be like one of those, like, cool dad shirts, like, I'm a veteran, I didn't fight in wars for you to look at my daughter, I'll put you in the ground. It's gonna be like one of those. I hunt pedophiles for views on YouTube. Or for money on YouTube, excuse me. At least Anxiety War, I do know the channel. At least they seem to actually want to do something good. And being successful is just, it came with the turf for them. Like Chris Hansen. Though I wouldn't really compare Anxiety War to Chris Hansen, but what I'm saying is at least they seem to be in it for a good reason. And there's also no information on this site except for buying things. I just wanted to know, do they have any proof that their investigations and this content they've made has actually gotten anyone arrested, put away, off the streets, anything? A lot of you said that they did, so I'm just wondering where you found that information. Who wouldn't want to walk around with a shirt that says Predator Poacher Hunters Club? That'd be pretty cool. So the first thing that comes up when I look this up, vigilante investigation creates issues for prosecuting cases. Talking about the predator poachers. Wonderful. There's not a lot that the police can do to sanitize a bad investigation from a legal perspective. So they actively made it difficult to prosecute a pedophile. They're doing the opposite of helping. Yes, here's the main difference. Something I talk about. Things like To Catch a Predator is done in collaboration with the law enforcement. So that way it's done in the right way so that they can actually face legal ramifications. Okay, so here's a positive one. I don't know if this is the same group because the guy behind it asked to be uncredited and unnamed, which does not sound like the predator poacher guy at all. But a vigilante predator hunter got 2 people arrested, and one of the charges stuck. I don't think this is the same group though because the guy explicitly asked to not be named, whereas this guy wants all of the limelight possible for as much money as possible. So I don't even know if that's the same guy. But if it is, something has really changed along the way. That was in March of last year. Yeah, the benefit here is, as opposed to the other ones, EDP was a public figure that was preying on children. So even if he doesn't get any legal charges, which I think the evidence is there that should work, even if he doesn't, he's now lost the platform where he was preying on kids. So that in and of itself is a good thing. I would normally agree with that, No Bud, but the thing is he was using his public platform to prey on people. So he should be publicly shown in this light, so that way people can avoid him. I think that is very much the right way of handling this case in particular to make it all public. I don't think anyone's sympathizing with the predator. It's really just a matter of the person who caught the predator is so unlikable that you can't help but mention it when talking about the story. I really don't think there's anyone on EDP's side. Everything he said and did is deplorable. But when you have the guy who caught the predator saying, like, quickly get here, he's calling for backup, you can't help but be like, holy shit, not only is the pedophile evil, but this guy's also evil. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard to just focus on one guy when they're both bad. It's time once again for me to hop into the swamp and talk about one of the grossest bits of drama YouTube has seen in quite some time, with the EDP 445 situation. Last week I made a whole video going over everything, no stone left unturned. I was putting my cock into every briefcase full of information I could find. And now today, only a week later, a lot more has happened, and there's a lot of things that I'd like to follow up on and kind of update, because I streamed all of this, and if you missed the stream, you fucked up, big mistake, you're missing out. And so when I did that, it was still like a developing story, and now we're reaching like the conclusion here, the end of the manga. So I just wanted to go over this because it is a crazy story. The EDP 445 situation is like going to a water park, but all of the water has been exchanged for sewage instead. It's fucking gross and yucky, but it's also kind of a wild ride. Before I get into it though, there's something I want to mention. It's unrelated to all this. Today I'm doing a big charity stream for a charity I'm very passionate about called Cure Rare Disease. It's going to be a massive art stream, so if you want to see more masterpieces like this being made for charity, please tune in. It's at twitch.tv/moistcritical. It'll be going on when this video goes up and will be happening for most of the night, so please feel free to stop by. The link's in the description. I'll just hit you real quick with a brief plot summary here. EDP445 was a massive YouTuber who got Chris Hansened by another group online called Predator Poachers. They pretended to be a 13-year-old girl who hit up EDP, and then the conversation got all sexual, and eventually they got him to try and meet with a 13-year-old girl, and that's when they really caught him in 4K. And there's a lot more to it, obviously. Like, there's even an entire saga here in the anime where EDP sent pictures of his actual shit in a toilet bowl. He sent pictures of that to the 13-year-old girl. Not that that's like super crucial in the story or anything. Like, you know, the FBI is not going to see those shit pictures and be like, well, we fucking got him now. You know, we weren't going to press charges till we saw this awful loaf of shit in the toilet. But it's something that I find to just be so weird and wacky that I can't help but mention it every time I hear or talk about the EDP story. Because I've never even heard of someone like sending shit pics. He also does send dick pics too. He plays by the meta, but the shit pics was truly something innovative. But anyway, that's basically just the story. YouTuber gets Chris Hansen and gets caught as a pedophile in a sting operation here by the Predator Poachers. And in most cases, you would expect the person behind this to be someone good looking to do something great for the community, like they did a great act catching a bad person. So you would expect most people would be patting them on the back, you know, patting them on the ass, telling them good game. But you can't really do that for the guy behind Predator Poachers. His name is Alex. And since this big bust, a lot has come out about Alex. It's a lot of awful fucking shit. Half of it I can't even begin to show on YouTube because it is really deplorable stuff. Basically what happened is the Spider-Man meme where both Spider-Men are pointing at each other, but in real life. It was like a cliche scene from an action movie right before the villain dies. He's like, I'm taking you with me. That's what happened. So they bust EDP, but then Alex gets busted as well. Tons of clips surfaced from Alex where he was being extremely racist, dropping the N-word, hard R, homophobia. He was being really creepy to a decoy, asking them to do stuff for him, claiming it was a predator asking. It was really unsettling, disturbing, gross shit. He'd also make jokes about having children in his basement that he fucks. Like, he was a weird, gross fucking guy. And since all of this came out and the story blew up, EDP445 has been banned off YouTube, and Chet Goldstein has been banned off YouTube. Chet Goldstein was the channel that Alex would use from Predator Poachers for all of the content, and it's unclear whether or not he was banned for all the racism that was on the channel, or really what he was banned for. If I had to spitball a guess, it would probably be all of the fucking racist shit that came out, and a lot of it was on the Chet Goldstein channel. That would be my guess. But I know when I mentioned this during the initial video, a lot of people were mad at me for saying, just because the guy behind it's a bad guy doesn't discredit the investigation or the work. And I never said it did. You're just actual stupid brain to think that because this guy is bad, I am now all of a sudden defending EDP. Nobody's doing that. EDP's bad, and so are the people behind it. It was a good thing done by shitty people. It happens. You can still point out the shitty people while still acknowledging the good thing. I don't know why all of a sudden that was controversial to say. And it's still controversial. Like when people point out how awful of a person Chet Goldstein was, people often get met with angry comments saying, who cares? Doesn't matter. Being racist isn't as bad as being a pedophile. But I mean, they're both bad, so you can still point them out as bad. Like, you're just fucking dumb. Anyway, let me show you some of the clips, because people were also downplaying the severity of how awful this Chet Goldstein Alex guy was. So let me just show you a little bit. Highly censored, though, because this kind of shit is awful.
Dude, you can't say fucking live stream. It's
bad.
dude, then we're gonna get offended and report us.
Oh, you're right.
What the fuck is wrong with you? This guy just said racist creep.
Where are you, black?
Yeah. It's probably a fucking angry n something.
Oh, you're right.
I don't want to eat anything right now. What the fuck, racist for real?
I have a 3-year-old in my basement that's like lacking vitamin D. I provide her with plenty of D, just not the vitamin part.
Oh no, that's not good either.
Oh really?
Not if it's a child.
Well, I was tired of being a virgin, so what the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah. Fucking Nick. Oh shit, I said that in front of 216 people.
Yeah, the guy fucking sucks ass. Like, he's not a good person. He did a good thing, but he's not a good person. You can point out the good thing and also point out that the person is bad. It's not one or the other. It can be both. EDP's bad. Check Goldstein, Alex, Predator Poachers Alex is bad. Now there is one thing I'd also like to set the record straight on. The guy that was with Alex when they busted EDP on camera, the guy that was wearing the mask, he is not associated with Alex. That is a completely different person named CC Unit. He is not like affiliated with Alex and his shit. He doesn't like sign off on it or anything from everything I've seen from the guy. He just happened to collaborate with them on this case, and unfortunately, like a porta potty being rocked back and forth, got caught in the crossfire of shit. Which is unfortunate because, I mean, he was probably a good guy and probably had good intentions. He's been doing this for a lot of years from what I can tell. Whereas Alex was just looking to capitalize and make money off it. He was pumping merch through it. And when you went to the website, all it was payment plans for like Predator Poacher merch and him saying he'll come to your city to do like a stand-up routine and put like a finger in his butthole, smell it and laugh. Like, all Alex wanted was money out of it, and he got like 100,000 subs. He wouldn't even post the video till it got fully monetized. But CC Unit is not affiliated with that. He's completely separate and just happened to be there and collab with him on the day that they busted EDP. So I actually really do feel bad for that guy, assuming that he doesn't have a past like Alex. But from what I've seen, he does seem to just genuinely want to help make the community a better place. Now, don't pump those brakes yet, because this ride is still going. You can't get the fuck out of here. This is Mr. Bones' wild ride. This is a never-ending adventure here. The biggest development is absolutely the authorities getting involved and saying that they are going to look into the case. But they also acknowledge that it could be a bit difficult given that this is not a very well-conducted investigation by people that are less than professional, which is a remarkable understatement. Calling Alex less than professional is like calling a shotgun blast to the chest a minor boo-boo. It just doesn't really do it justice. It doesn't really capture the magnitude of the statement. Now, in the initial video, I showed you a couple different examples. One where the Predator Poachers made it much more difficult for authorities to move in and actually apprehend a pedophile. They said that the investigation was so bad that they couldn't really sanitize it and use it, and it just made it a lot harder for them to actually get charges against the predator. So we've seen examples where the vigilante predator hunters are really counterproductive to getting a pedophile behind bars, but then in the same video I also showed you an example where they were successful and helpful in getting a predator put away for at least a small length of time. So there's really no way to know where this is going to fall, if it's going to be like this investigation just fucked the case in the ass and now all of a sudden EDP isn't going to face any charges, or if this was actually helpful to the case. Overall, like I said in the last video, I think them going public with it isn't inherently a bad thing. Even if they were just trying to use this as like a spectacle for views and money, bringing it to the public eye was probably the right call regardless, because he was a public figure with a public platform using that platform to prey on kids. So coming public and getting that platform removed from him absolutely was the right call to combating this case in particular. But whether or not that's going to make it harder for authorities to actually put him in jail is what we're going to have to wait to find out. All I know for sure is there are no heroes in this story, but there was a good act done by a bad person. And what a fucking crazy week on YouTube it's been from all this shit. Actually, probably one of the like wildest things I've seen on the platform, and yeah, I just wanted to do a little follow-up to it. I don't know if we'll hear any more about EDP and all this, because I imagine from this point forward it's going to be between him and the authorities, so it probably won't be any more like public drama stuff on EDP, but who knows. Anyway, just wanted to follow this up, and yeah, that's about it. What better way to kick off the new year like looking backwards to the magical year of 2021? Let's take you back to the past to talk about a man who loved ass and cupcakes. I'm talking about EDP445. For those that don't remember, EDP445 was a massive YouTuber who in early 2021 got caught by a group of predator hunters for trying to have sex with a child. He got Chris Hansened and then recorded at the scene of the crime, where he defended himself by saying he wasn't actually there to fuck a child, he was just there for some cupcakes. And that kind of became his entire legacy. He's like the cupcake demon. Kind of like how the boogeyman was invented to scare kids into eating their vegetables. EDP is that cryptid, but for cupcakes. Like, hey, you better finish that cupcake. Your grandmother worked hard on it. If you don't, EDP is going to climb through your window tonight and talk to you about the Eagles or some shit. So his whole thing now is he's been disgraced and banned everywhere on the internet. And I can't even begin to tell you the entire lore. This was probably one of the wildest stories I've ever actually seen in real time on YouTube. It just had so many twists and turns. There was a fucking crazy chapter in this whole thing where EDP sent a picture of his poop in a toilet to the kid. He like said, I ate a greasy pizza and took a fat shit, and then dropped a picture of his shit in the toilet bowl to them. It was a nutty ride. But anyway, since then, it's been radio silence for about 8 months. No one's really known what's happened to him. There's been tons of rumors, of course, that would start like he's in jail, or, you know, he's running for governor now, or he went to space and now he's a space pedophile, you know, just all kinds of things with no evidence. And last night on stream, chat made me aware of a new video that had an update with accurate information and a breakdown of the EDP story and where he is today. So I watched it last night on stream. That's twitch.tv/moistcritical. I stream every day. I'd love to see you there. I'll put the link in the description. Just please come on, swing by. I'm probably streaming right now. So I'll go ahead and play that for you now, and then I'm going to go over a bit more afterwards because I've done a little more research this morning on the situation. But just be aware that in the clips here, last night was New Year's, so there's a lot of fireworks going off in the background, so that's that banging that you keep hearing. Chat kept thinking I was kicking my desk, which confuses me because it's not like my desk is made out of nitroglycerin. It's not going to make like that kind of massive bang. So yeah, just a quick heads up there. The EDP445 video we're watching comes from YouTuber SunnyV2, who did a great job of researching the topic and getting all of the information out there. Okay, let's check on the EDP situation. Apparently he got arrested and went to jail, but this would be the first I've heard of that. So, let's see.
EDP445 has been fired from 3 different jobs over the last couple of weeks as a result of people exposing his employment to TikTok.
What? Wait, really? Hold on, I didn't get a chance to read that Reddit thread. Did he actually try... Did he actually try and work at Chuck E. Cheese? There's no chance. Again, for those that don't know, EDP was the YouTuber who got exposed for being a pedophile or whatever, talking to kids and shit. He's most known for like the fist bump he tried to get from the predator catchers, as well as saying he was just there for a cupcake, even though there's like tons and tons of DMs of him confirming he was going to go there to try and fuck a kid. And then apparently now he's been fired 3 times, and one of the places was Chuck E. Cheese. I genuinely don't believe that.
From a few different properties, and he's now living out of a suitcase in a couple of unconventional crappy locations.
He had like 3 million subs. How is he out of money?
Update in the EDP445 tragedy is that
did he give it all to a 13-year-old or something?
One of his former YouTube 445 was caught in 4K on his way to pick up a cupcake. The topic was covered by almost everyone in the commentary community.
I'm sure by now many of you let's go! The EDP445 situation.
Creators who supported him in the past, such as Some Ordinary Gamers, would
Let's
upload
go!
a video titled
We did that on stream.
Needs to be arrested immediately.
That was a wild
Why
stream.
has EDP been dropping hard? Because EDP is an individual that actually got Chris Hansen.
And after it was removed of his banning, EDP was exactly 30 years old.
I like how it's being called the Cupcake Event.
When he was 19 years old. So the 179 million views deleted in the process meant that his entire portfolio of work completed in his 20s, 10 plus years worth of labor, was wiped out quite literally overnight. One mistake was all it took for YouTube to decide that EDP445...
It wasn't one mistake though, right? As he mentioned, there was a history of mistakes, but this was the biggest. Charlie from 24 Hours in the Future, I decided to look into the other cases because As mentioned in the video, there was a lot of previous allegations, even before this one, of EDP engaging with minors in inappropriate manner. So I looked into all of those, and for about a full year, a lot of evidence was surfacing that EDP kept flirting with and trying to hook up with underage fans. But somehow, for all of 2020, it all kind of flew under the radar and wasn't made a big deal. And it's not because he did a good job of defending himself, like his defense wasn't bulletproof or anything, he's no Saul Goodman. When it was brought to light a few times during live streams, all he said was, a bunch of no-life, no-pussy-getting motherfuckers kept pretending to be girls and my dumb ass fell for it. And that's it. Like, that's how he brushed it off. He basically just confirmed, like, yep, I've been talking to people I believed were underage girls. And then that was it. That's where it stopped. So I'm surprised it wasn't a bigger deal before this investigation, but this was definitely the most thorough with the most evidence and actually going there in person and catching him in 4K. But I'm just shocked that it took this long with all of these allegations out there. So, as mentioned in the video, it was not just this one mistake. He had an entire history of doing this kind of shit.
Account was deleted, another income stream had gone up in smoke. EDP445 then attempted to switch to Facebook. However, after gaining 6,000 followers...
Yeah, so that was real? That was really his page?
The same story over on Instagram.
Someone told us... Well, not someone. A bunch of people told us he made a Facebook page after the Cupcake event. And I didn't believe it, because when you went to the Facebook page, like, one of the only things there was like... what was it again? It was... We watched the video. It was some like really goofy video. I think it was even just talking about football or something, and then he casually mentioned he wasn't a pedophile while talking about football. He's like, "Yeah, the Eagles are going to go all the way this year. Not a pedophile. Yeah, I just really have a whole lot of faith in the Eagles. Where they're going to fly." I thought for sure that was like a joke Facebook page, but I guess it's real. Yeah, no, that was after Cupcake event. So on the EDP timeline, there's BC, which is before Cupcake, and then AC after Cupcake, and this was AC with the Facebook page. It really seemed fake, but I guess not.
He planned on making his own website to which he would continue posting.
That was real too?
EDP445 announced over on Facebook that he will be making his grand return to the internet with his own website to return to his old video.
Man, EDP445.com. It's coming soon. Been about like a week, maybe 2 weeks.
No fucking way. That was
EDP445.
Again. So we've been in this lore for a minute, playing in the pig pen with all this exposition here in real time. The website, I also was told, was previous clips from older videos where he mentioned wanting to start a website. This was not after the Cupcake tragedy. But I guess that was inaccurate. So he really, after getting banned everywhere, tried to make the EDP website. I don't know what the fuck would be on there besides, like, I don't know, baking recipes or some shit and then talking about the Eagles. But, man, my God. I guess all of that was real, and I was making fun of people who told me about it, saying, like, you're too gullible. No, I'm the idiot. Oh, yeah, I guess he could post shit pictures on his website, too, which is cool. Kind of like a new modern-day Rate My Poo, if anyone remembers that from the early internet. Rate My Poo was kind of lit. It was just this community project where a bunch of people would take pictures of their shit in the toilet bowl, and then you'd have a star system and give it a 1 out of 10. And then you'd get to the next piece of poop. It was pretty cool. That was big back in the Gears of War day. People would often like disguise the Rate My Poo link as something else and send it to people in the community to get them to rate shit pics.
In spite of how much of a scumbag EDP445 truly was, you have to give him credit for sheer determination, because he then began to upload videos on another third-party website called 3Speak TV, where his account would be met with the same fate. It was banned.
What is
he wrote,
3Speak?
For some reason, my channel was deleted. I don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't violate any guideline. Can you please tell me what's going on? EDP.
That just sounds like some kind of student server. Like a university project.
From each and every Flags Lift profile.
Bro went from wanting cupcakes to driving for Lyft.
And his position.
Goddamn, man. Why? Like, even after all of this, he is still taking these pictures. This looks like a predator. Why? Just take a normal fucking picture.
driving for Lyft.
And his position as a driver would subsequently be removed by the company. The situation would promote Reddit discussion, with one post stating EDP as a Lyft driver, how the mighty have fallen, which received commenting to a very basic unconfirmed source. EDP also apparently applied a Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay, so that is definitely a lie.
Didn't seem to get the position. EDP 445 no
so that was
longer had
definitely
the
a fucking
ability to
lie.
make money online or in. The strange part about this is that when you try and search the court register from the Reddit post by typing in his name, Bryant Moreland, it now states that there are no results found, possibly indicating that EDP 445's name change has been successful and he's no longer
Oh
known
my
as
god.
Bryant Moreland.
As you can see,
He could be anywhere now.
Moreland Bryant. Submit. No results.
He could be
The
anyone.
problem with this, as outlined by the EDP 445 subreddit,
Imagine he
is
just
that
changed
it's
his
not
name
exactly
to
hard
like
spot. This idiot
Borland
thinks this will
Myrant.
fix anything LeMayo. He will be spotted everywhere no matter.
Constant harassment the property owner has been getting.
Since then, EDP has been living out of a suitcase at various hotels. However, even then, his detractors have been going around trying to get him kicked out of wherever he happens.
How are they finding him?
Everyone in here.
What?
I will be more than happy to let them know. Thank you very much.
It's like when Shia LaBeouf put a flag in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere, and people on 4chan found it using star constellations and airplane routes. They're finding EDP in his suitcase across the country. A global game of Where's Waldo. They're passing out flyers and shit. Oh my god.
Less than a month ago, on the 3rd of December 2021, he'd uploaded a video titled, "Is EDP445 in jail?" In this video, Felipe explained that while out having dinner, he'd get a call from a private number, stating that it was EDP445, who was being held at the Henderson, Nevada Detention Center.
So the third time I picked up, I was like, hello? And
What?
it said, yes, because I was like, I was just curious to see, like, holy shit, like, he got arrested, like, wow,
The issue is the only evidence that he's able to provide is 4 no-caller ID calls on his iPhone, which isn't exactly rock-solid evidence to say the least, and Felipe's character is suspect at best. He only gets views when he talks about EDP445, and without EDP on the internet to defend himself, anyone can say anything. Additionally,
True.
EDP did
Good
successfully change where Henderson is, Kern County, which is where Bakersfield is, and Manatee County, which is where Bradenton, Florida is, which said that he was connected to online. No Bryant Moreland is in any of those prisons. In the end, it doesn't really...
That was pretty fucking interesting. Jesus. Yeah, I think there's a 0% chance he's in jail for what it's worth. Almost every single time when there's like a vigilante predator hunter that exposes a predator, the law enforcement throws out the case pretty much on the spot. The shit very rarely leads to like incarceration for the people that they catch. It's only in really rare circumstances. Like, even that PlayStation guy that got fired from PlayStation for being outed, he's not arrested or anything. But, I mean, even still, it worked really well here. EDP lost every platform that he could use to prey on children, so overall, net positive. Even if he's not in jail, like the video mentioned at the end, his life is kind of like a perpetual fucking jail, because people are still hunting him, I suppose. Still locating him. So, where does that put us in the Eat the Pussy 445 universe? Where is he now? What's true and what's false? From everything I've been able to gather online, what's true is he has not been able to hold a job because people keep making the companies aware of his past, so they let him go. He has been evicted from the places he's tried to stay. He is struggling with money, which absolutely blows my mind, because at 2 million subs, and the amount of money that he'd be making at 2 million subs, he should have been set for life, so he must have a problem with spending money. Even though a lot of his content would get demonetized, he'd still have plenty, because demonetized content still makes money, and it's not negligible amounts of money. So those are all true. What is also true is he attempted to change his name, but what's unknown is whether or not that was successful. It seems like his name change has been successful, however, can't confirm nor deny that. And what also seems to be false is the claim that he's in jail. There's no real evidence to say that he's in jail. It just sounds made up, like the Tooth Fairy or some shit. The only source that says that is that YouTuber, and as mentioned in the video, he has incentive to like make EDP content and say things like that because it gets him views, so it's not the most reliable, and he didn't provide very good evidence or proof for it. It is also true he's been banned on every platform the internet has ever had, it seems. He's tried everywhere, so he's banned on like Facebook, Instagram, 3Speak, Cameo, fucking any website you could possibly imagine he's banned from. Club Penguin, Wizard 101, Discord probably. I mean, God only knows. He's tried everywhere in order to try and get back on the internet, and it hasn't worked at all. Every platform immediately gets rid of him. So yeah, that's the full update on the Eat the Pussy 445 story. I just wanted to revisit this since this video was recently posted, and it's a story we followed from the very get-go. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.